Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me just turn off my volume down on my phone. Well, hello. This time it's Wallstrom again. For F2 for Hungary. This time I'm alone. No Helix and no KA around today. It's only me. Should be, unless I don't know where's him. Yeah, it's only me today. KA didn't want to contact with me. And then Helix, he lives in Australia. At the moment, it's like 4 a.m. for him. So, great times for him. Yeah, for this week, we have Hungary, the Hungarian Grand Prix. No rain. The lobby just about missed it. The rain, so no Monaco for F1 with F1, or how it's happened in F1. In tier F1 here in HOR. Yeah. Move on. This time I hope I don't go insane alone this time, because last time that was with Helix. This time it will be just only me who's gonna go insane in here, if I will go, because this isn't Monaco, so at least it isn't boring as AF. I guess guys were meant to ready up. Yep, they were ready up. Wait, I flipping forgot to. Yeah. Race results from last week. A Red Bull dominance in Monaco. They finished 1-2 in qualifying and 1-2 in the race, but they didn't get the fast lap. Fastest lap got Darwizzi, got third. Riz got fourth, Nipital fifth, Chesney sixth, Sammy seventh, Flatbread eighth, and the rest were DNFs. Drivers the championship. Darwizzi extends his championship lead over Wizzyboy, who wasn't participating in Monaco. So now the gap rises to 17 points between them. Chesney Riz as well drops a few points on Darwizzi, but Wave gains points on Darwizzi, but he's still 35 points behind on the rest. We don't care. Okay, maybe not like that, but it's just not that many people, let's just say, that will care about it. In the constructors, Haas lead the constructors, but now only by 11 points, as Red Bull have caught up to them by 24 points after Monaco. Alpine did not score any points, so their gap has demolished from 4 points to 24 points now. Alfa Romeo with the same gap to Haas with 24. AlphaTauri 5th with 45. McLaren 6th with 35. 1 point less is Aston Martin. Williams 23. Ferrari 22. And Mercedes last with 20 points. He's got 20 points in Silverstone, and that's it. Those were the final points paying positions that they got. Yeah. Move on now into the race, or not the race, because it's not yet, and that will be after 20 minutes. Yes, it says 17 minutes, but after all the things are going to be done, it will be like 20 minutes. And our first race coming out of the pits with Drilla Bonds, Nano, Wave, Sammy, Wizzy, Marinov, Chesney, and Cyril already coming out of the pits. Just a few adjustments. I may have to switch controllers midway through the race. I could just do it really now. Just put this on. Hold on. Little so let me just get the another controller, which is a little bit broken, but a little bit only. Everyone on the softs. Yeah, the R2 doesn't work in this thing. Almost. I have to like really press. Fuck. Go. Oh, now it went too much. Wizzyboy on a flying lap. I was gonna go with, but the game but the controller didn't want me to go back. Wizzyboy through the first sector. Finishing his first sector is going to be 27.569, going through turn 4 and into turn 5 with the death of curb, or the curb of death on the inside. Now into turn 6 and 7, the chicane, where you don't really want to attack the curbs as much. Turn 8 and then turn 9 with a little king, then into the left turn 10 and into the turn 11. Here it's almost flat out, but almost. There's a spun Haas on the exit of turn 4. Wizzyboy now entering sector 3 into turn 13 and then into the final corner, turn 14, going wide into the final corner with 5th gear, quite high gear. And that's a time of 117.044 for Darwizzi, which is for Wizzy, which is very slow compared to Drilla, who has made 16.166, but then Wave back to his let's say usual from Monaco, 15.979, and that's him on P1. Chesney, this thing doesn't, it's worse than I remembered. Nano P6, 17.646. Chesney 4th with 16.944. Then a McLaren, that's Kaya starting his flying lap. Then an Alfa Romeo of Sam Ross, who's starting his flying lap. Nepitel as well starting his flying lap. Sir Nikolai, maybe if it is gonna go back, and Sir Nikolai goes second, 16.030. Then it's Riz coming out of the final corner, and he goes 4th, 116.174. Then a Ferrari of probably McElhenney goes 6th, 16.532. Yellow flags, but those are just really unnecessary yellow flags. Then Harban goes 10th, it's 16.382. Then a Mercedes of probably STLR or OG, probably I would just call him, 17.205. Then an Alpine of, is that Sammy? Sammy improving on his time a lot, but he goes 11th only with that amount of improvement, 17.871. As there is a Spana Samatan, that's Nano outside of the final corner, off track on the final corner, kinda trying to go for another, trying new lines, let's just say. Probably Darwizzi is gonna, he has invalidated his lap, so it didn't really even count. Summer's teammate goes into the pits. McElhenney into the pits. Anyone on a flying lap? I mean, probably Darwizzi is on a flying lap. I'm trying to find anyone who is further up on their flying laps, or on their flying laps actually. Darwizzi, of course, is on a flying lap, 27.312, which is a lot faster, I think like 2/10 faster first sector than what I went with, was it Wizzyboy. But ahead of him there's traffic from Sam Ross, who only now has just let him through, and now Williams of Cyril, but he has now let him through as well very quickly. Through the S's for first part of S's, and then into the second part of the S's, turn 10 and into turn 11, just quick lift, and then you're good to go. 54.304. There we go, another car. Turn 12. You want to really attack this curb, and then the curb as well on the outside. Into turn 13. It's kind of difficult to manage that corner because there's a little dip on the entry. If you're going no assist, well, besides racing line. So he's gonna finish the lap, and he goes 5th, 116.269. I don't think Darwizzi is that bad to do a 10 more second or 126 around in Hungary, where normally you do like probably 25s if you're really like or 14s if you're really a sweat. 15s is where I do my laps normally, I think, although I haven't done laps around here in a long time. Cyril not on a flying lap anymore, as he's invalidated, so this makes officially no one on a flying lap. Well, you could argue Darwizzi, but well, 1.3 seconds down his first sector. Well, that's definitely not on a flying lap. Marinov is going to be the first one, the next one to be starting a flying lap. Go to Streamrise RU. We don't care. That's just probably a bot. Marinov starting his flying lap. There's of course going to be loads of traffic ahead of him. Or not that loads, but still traffic ahead of him through the first sector. Looks decent. There's an Alpine ahead of him. Hopefully he doesn't block him too much through here on the exit of turn 3. Is he gonna block him? Let him through. It's not yet. No, my friend. No. The Alpine. Who was it? That Alpine? Wizzyboy. That was a way too late of a let through. You had so much time to let Marinov through before turn 4, but you decided to let him through after turn 4 when already Marinov was wide and got distracted. I mean, kind of those things happen, but to be fair, they shouldn't. To be fair, they just shouldn't. Clipsy, I have no clue. I don't follow that thing. I don't follow that thing. Hardban on a flying lap, although Scruffy on the exit of turn 5. A little bit through turn 6 and 7. Missed the apex on turn 6. So a little bit weird through turns 8 and 9. To turn 10 and into turn 11. So right through there, but he's only at 2/10s up on his time. He's got to be ahead of Sam Ross if he keeps those 2/10s up. Although with that a big of a gap deficit, I would really be happy if he would have gone faster than that, but he's gone back into the pits. Next one to be on a flying lap is probably Chesney. He's improving by almost 3.5 tenths through the second sector. With that, he's going to be staying in 8th. Has he found more time through the third sector? No, he has only lost time. So he stays 8th. No, that's definitely not Nebula. That's Cyril who's starting his flying lap. Semi-Ren's not improving on his flying lap. Then probably Wave Dre not improving on his flying lap. Then Sir Nikolai. Very interesting line by Sir Nikolai. He's still improving. And I did so. Wizzyboy fastest lap all of a sudden. 115.889. That got him provisional pole position as of right now. But Sir Nikolai, controversially, is still improving on his lap, even though he probably should have been. His lap should have been already out. Should have been invalidated. But he is going to go P2. Very close to provisional pole position. 115.908. I just saw him go off track and just like that, probably gain time. Drilla has improved as well, but he stayed 4th with 116.102. Then the two Alfa Romeo Samaros, is he going to improve? Yes, he is by a lot, by a second. He goes up to P12, 117.174, but the next car ahead of him is Chesney, who has a 116.690, which is like, well, now it's 0 with 16.749. So the gap goes down to like 4 tenths. Behind Sammy Rentz has improved on his time, but only to P14, 117.310. Wave Dre goes back into provisional pole position. What his teammate can do? No, he's on a flying lap. Nano probably as well the same. Wizzy starting another flying lap, but Wave back to the provisional pole position. 115.818, and this is a very interesting qualifying as of right now, because we have quite a few drivers who can challenge for a pole position. We have Wave Dre, we have Wizzy, and we have Nikolai. Potential, I mean, Darwizzi as well, if he improved on his time with 116.107, 5,000 grand Drilla, by the way. If Drilla or Darwizzi would improve on the lap times, which that would have to be 310s, then they could be very nicely in there. As one of the Alfa Romeos has done has caused yellow flags going into the pit, I guess. I don't know how is he doing. He's improving through the second sector by 1/10, but he's still going to be staying 8th. Let's see if he's going to improve a little bit through the third sector, maybe at least to P7 or maybe even to P5 if he finds more time. Nope, he stays 8th, 116.253. And that's as of right now, the lap done. For now, Kaya is improving through the first sector. He is, but 28.112 through the first sector isn't great. He's got lower ERS as well. He's 4 tenths up on his time, but he's 1 second, like almost literally 1 second behind Hart. So he's on a stinker of a lap, let's just say. Coming out of the final corner, is he? Well, he did gain time, but he's still 6 tenths behind Hart. Nikolai, I mean, technically, that lap should have been invalidated. Normally. So, even if you lose time, then technically, by the rules of real life, I guess, we're going by in here, it should have been invalidated, but I'm just saying. Okay, there are a few cars on their flying lap, flying laps, out laps. One of them is Nepital, who is on a flying lap now. He's gonna have he isn't gonna have that much traffic ahead of him unless he's gonna caught up really to Nano up ahead or a few cars ahead. I hope he doesn't, so that doesn't ruin his lap. Through the second corner, not taking the outside line there. Not maximizing the track really on the exit of turn 3. He does still gain half a tenth through the first sector, but he needs to improve half a second to gain a position, even if he wants to think, because Sammy still has a lap in hand. Now through the S's, turn 8 and 9, sliding on the exits, and that definitely lost a mass amount of time. And, well, he's still somehow improving, so he probably was improving by a lot before that mistake, by a massive mistake. Well, now he's staying out. He had time to go back in, if he really wanted to, and fuel up. But Nepital, is he gonna stay 15th? Yes, he is. So, pretty much, if not that mistake, he can pretty much improve by quite a lot on that time. So maybe like P12 out of his own teammate, maybe even. We'll see. Sammy isn't gaining through the first sector though. Nano, he just started his flying lap. 0 the same through the first sector. He's improving by 3.5 tenths through the first sector already. So that would gain him very, very wide through turn 5, and he spun it on the exit. He has lost grip. I mean, he went super wide in turn 5, like completely missed the apex, like he, like there was a invisible wall for him or something, but there wasn't. There's an apex there, and the car just didn't turn, or he turned a little bit too late, or I don't know. But that's his lap ruined. 3.5 tenths, probably 7 tenths of gain probably gone there. If you would have gained a lot more. First sector time, second sector yellow flags. That's for Wizzy, who is letting through drivers. They're going very slowly. Behind them, there's Nikolai, who is on a out lap as well. Sorry, out lap. And I need to not catch up to drivers who are on their flying laps. So McClenny is no, sorry, that's not McClenny. This is Drilla, who is improving by 3.5 tenths through the second sector. And with that improvement, he's going to be going provisional pole position. Wave is on a flying lap, and Wizzy and Nikolai, they're going to be on a flying lap as well. But Drilla goes provisional pole position by almost 2 tenths, 15.621. But Ray has made the similar mistake that Cyril did through turn 5. So that's his qualifying over. His pole position dreams over. Or dreams. His second pole position in a row gone there. And there's still Wizzy and Nikolai. Chesney goes 5th, 116.036. Then there's OG, who goes 7th, 16.172. Nikolai and Wizzy start the flying laps. Then there's Hardban, who is going to improve to P15. Saros, who's not going to improve. His teammate Riz is improving by 2,000 through the second sector, and he gains a 10th. He goes up to P6, 16.068, but gets pushed off by Marinov, 16.010. Then a Williams of Cyril is that, yes, he's gaining by a 10th through the first sector. Did he gain a little more time through the final one? Yes, he did. But he stays 12th, 16.584. Then a McLaren of Kia. He's not really improving. Behind him, there's a Ferrari of McLenny, who is improving by 2 tenths. With that, he's going to be going like somewhere P6 or something. He goes P5, 15.993 after being demoted to Division 2 from from F1 to F2. What the flip am I doing? Wizzy has he been improving? The same with Nikolai. Wizzy is gonna come through the line. Is he gonna put a personal pole position? No, he doesn't even improve in his lap. Nikolai, that's P2, 115.706, and the only man who is Drilla is on pole position here in Hungary for the Hungarian Grand Prix, of course. But the margins are very close from P1 to, let's say, P10. That's like, well, it's more better to take from like P3 to P10. But anyways, Drill on pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Nikolai second, under a 10 to be on Drilla. Wave, who had potential to go for a pole position, ruined it on his final flying lap to do the same mistake as Cyril, or similar mistake as Cyril, going wide in turn 5, like unbelievably wide, like there isn't a apex there. So he stays third. Wizzy didn't improve on his final flying lap, so he stays fourth. McClenny from being dropped from F1 to F2 is already back to getting back into the confidence, as he is P5. Marinov P6, two Chesney's P7 and 8. Darwizzi 9th. Our championship leader only 9th. OG 10th, Nano 11th, Zero 12th, Sammy 13th, Ross 14th, Hardband 15th, Nepitov 16th, Kia 17th, and then Clipsy is the final driver. Whoops, I accidentally muted myself. And now I'm changing to my better controller, so I don't have to slam my R2 15 times to get into the next driver. As pre-race drama, let's just say, pre-race drama, Sir Nikolai has left the session, so that ain't good. That ain't good for our P2 runner at the moment. That ain't good. That is very bad. Like very, very bad. On the front row, possibility to fight for the P1 as 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights are out, and away we go here in Hungarian Grand Prix. I have no absolute hood. Now I have Drilla maintains his P1 as of right now. Wizzy and Wave are already overtaking the ghost of Nikolai as Wave has been spun in turn 1. Our previous winner from Monaco spun already, hits from behind, down to P18 already. Early race drama, Darwizzi from P9 to P4 from absolutely nowhere. Further reflects as Kia spun on the exit of turn 2. But Darwizzi from P9 to P4, an absolute madman on the starts. Marinov from P6 to P3 to P3 as well. As he's getting overtaken by McLenny and Chesney as well. Chesney race through the S's, maybe even by Nepital. Not yet. The tires are, most of them are the mediums as Nepital trying to overtake Chesney. Nano around the outside. As Chesney meantime has completely missed the braking zone and he's dropping back, and there's Wave as well spinning on the exit of turn 12 using reset to track. But Wave being completely just not in a shape, just completely not in there, not feeling it. Absolute horrible lap 1. Wizzy was close behind Drilla, but I think he made a mistake into turn 1, on the exit of turn 1, and now Marinov is now trying to overtake him into turn 2, around the outside of turn 3, and Marinov has made the move stick into turn 3, so he's now up into P2. Darwizzi as well trying to go for a move, but Wizzy with those softs, it's definitely not ideal for him to be stuck behind a medium runner who is not a leader, as behind Nano spun on the turn 5 by his reasons, I guess. Nikolai is back in the game, but down to P14 already like that. I mean, it hurts really. Wave trying to get ahead of Hardban as quickly as possible. He's going to send it into turn 12. Hard goes defensive into turn 12. Wave trying to go around the outside. Contact between them. Further contact between them. And Wave has to stay behind him for a little longer. He's going to probably overtake him into turn 1. But Wizzy already trying to overtake Marinov back into turn 1, where he made the mistake. And a clean move by Wizzy. Or clean enough that there wasn't any contact between them. Wave overtakes Hardban as expected into turn 1. There are most of the drivers on the medians, but there are few on the softs. There's Kia. I don't know, should I pronounce it as a car name or what? Clips in P10 on the softs from P18 with a qualifying ban up to P10. Impressive as well. Nepital P7, Wizzy P2, but Darwizzi from absolute P19. There isn't even 20 cars. As Marinov makes a mistake on the exit of turn 11, and he's now dropping down to P6 from where he started. Well, that's definitely not ideal for him. Maybe taking too much curb on the inside, or just taking the curb on the inside of turn 11 awkwardly to send him sort of half spinning. I don't know. I don't know what the what the hell is going on with me. OG overtaking Sam Ross into turn 1. Pretty, or not really, I don't want to say casual, but just a normal overtake. As there's a Chesney spun in turn 1. Again, problems for Chesney in the Aston Martin. First, not braking into turn 12 in time, and now in turn 1, just being, I guess, spun round, because being spun there is just very difficult. And as well, now with a 3-second time penalty, and with now being pressurized by Wave behind, because Wave is going to be trying to get himself up there ahead as quickly as possible. You know, Harban has left the session. Wizzy now already within Drill's 1 second. Taking the curb on the outside of turn 13 a little bit too much, sending him a little sideways. I saw that very clearly, but he managed to save it. He's gonna, of course, with the DRS, he's gonna close into Drilla, who of course doesn't have the DRS because he's leading the race, and literally lapping cars at this point of the race is almost impossible. Cyril, is he gonna be trying to take Clipsy into turn 1? No, he isn't. Maybe someone behind Nikolai. He's getting close. He's thinking about it. Although maybe it probably could have been only just lag. Because, I mean, crossplay. Duh. Could have been as well that. And here's still nothing. Although Sir Nikolai is getting a slightly impatient in here. He was P2 until he got disconnected. And then when he joined back, he was basically almost lost. So now he's trying to go for a recovery drive. The same with Wave, trying to go for a recovery drive. They've both started P2 and P3. Now they are down P12 and P15, but there's still 31 laps to go. Cyril trying to look for a move on Clipsy. He's going very slow on the exit of turn 12. Clipsy defending it inside very aggressively. A little too aggressively, I would say. Now Cyril up inside into turn 13, sorry, pushing Clipsy wide. Clipsy loses 3 positions at once, and this is perfect for Nicholas, because he gains 2 positions at once. Although now he goes wide on the exit of turn 14, and now Cyril can get a good run on him into turn 1, maybe on the inside, no, on the outside, sending it on the outside. Harban joins back in. Cyril completely misses the apex, or the apex, like with the car on your right still, and it doesn't get a good run into turn 2. So Nikolai actually manages to get 2 positions at once. Cyril with that very weird dive into turn 13, and now Sammy as well trying to go into turn 4 too wide, as both of them go wide in on the exit of turn 4, and they now lose the DRS on Sir Nikolai. Wave getting a 3-second time penalty, as he has now gained to this pack with Chesney, who has a penalty as well. Early penalties, I mean, here it's very easy to get penalties. Or not that easy to get on lap 6, I would say. Wave getting a little impatient with Clipsy. Clipsy, is he going to be going defensive yet again? Yes, he's going to be, but Chesney out of nowhere sending it into turn 12 on Wave, but he doesn't get a good run or the good exit, so he's going to have to stay behind. Clipsy won't have the DRS on these two up ahead, so for Wave it's going to be way easier, as now he's going to be already overtaking him on the exit of turn 14, and Chesney is going to be making it 3 wide if there's space, and they're going to be going 2 wide now into turn 1. Wave making out of alive. Chesney trying to go for a move, but he didn't get a good run on the exit, and he's gonna have to settle for 15. In the meantime, Sammy and Cyril fighting for P11. Sammy was on the grass and kind of stuck on the curb, I think, as well. So he's gonna have to settle for being behind Cyril as well. OG and Nepital. OG has already taken Nepital. Meanwhile, at the front, not that much is happening. I mean, it's just a train of cars going around in circles. A little twisty circles as Nepeta has lost it! Nepeta has lost it on the exit of turn 11. And he's now sending back to the field. Back of the field. Down to P16 as Hardban has left the session and retired. Nepeta may have some fronting damage as well because he hit the barrier. So he may have some fronting damage that we don't see. He may have. Let's say may. James May. Goes into the pits. I mean, he probably did the same what Marinov did. Nikolai overtaking Samros into turn 1. Easy overtake as that. Nepeta probably did the same thing like Marinov did, but just Marinov managed to save it. Unlike Nepeta, who didn't manage to save it. And now he's gonna have to pray for a safety car, so that he's back in the game. Clipsy and Chesney fighting for P13, but Chesney managing to overtake Clipsy easily. Wave trying to go still on a recovery drive, the same with Nikolai, but they're going slowly but surely up through the field. So slowly but surely, but this is very good for Darwizzi because, well, actually, I mean, Wizzyboy is ahead of him still, so it's not that great. But Wizzyboy is on the softs, so on the second stint, Wizzyboy should be slower as Chesney retires in the same place like Nepital spun, and that is a full safety car. It is beautiful for Wizzyboy. Absolute I mean, I don't know is it absolute perfection, but it's very good safety car for him because now everyone is gonna pit for hearts and they're gonna go until the end of the race. Nikolai going for the mediums. I mean, technically I would go for the hearts and go until the end. That's what Sammy is doing the same, Wave doing the same, Cyril doing the same, Eclipsy the same, Nano as well. I don't know what is Nikolai cooking. Definitely not something that I would do because he's gonna have to anyways pit. While the drivers are behind him who are on the new fresh softs, they're not gonna have to pit, or they aren't they aren't forced to pit. The word that begins with O is way too hard for me to pronounce. Of course, everyone is gonna be pitting because it's, I mean, free pit stop. No, we have someone who has stayed out, and it's the only one who has stayed out. I mean, hearts, McLenny mediums. Interesting. Same strategy with Nikolai. OG as well as mediums. Very interesting. Samras as well stayed out. I mean, to be fair. Oh, he has just left the session, so probably disconnected, and the game just thought that, oh, so you don't want to go back in the game, okay. DNF. Let me cook. I mean, let's be honest. Your strategy is still better than Samros and Darwizzi's strategy. Let's be honest, Nikolai. Let's be honest. Going for the fresh mediums isn't the strategy that I would do. I would go for the hearts, but it's still better than staying out on the worn mediums. It's still better. I don't know what Darwizzi and Samros are cooking, because in my opinion they're cooking absolutely nothing. In my eyes, Kia has been lapped, by the way, because of because Darwizzi stayed out. It means that Kia has been lapped on lap 9, or his lap 9, our lap 11, going into lap 11. God damn. Okay, Nepital is gonna be back in the game if he catches up to the pack. I mean, I don't honestly. I was confused what's the why people pitting for the mediums, for the brand new mediums, but I'm more concerned why Wizzy and Sam Ross have stayed out on their mediums. If there would have been a hearts, then I mean, to be fair, you would have still anyways needed to pit, so you could have just anyways pitted for mediums and just try and do something. But in this scenario, I don't. Honestly, you're just way better off either pitting for hearts and trying to go until the end of the race, or going for the mediums and praying for another safety car, I guess. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. But I guess through turn 11, slowly but surely, we got, so Marinov lost it there, lost 3 positions, but managed to save it. He still lost 3 positions, but he managed to save it, somehow. Nipital then spun in turn 11, and hit the wall and had to repair the front wing. And then Chesney, a few laps later, decides to do the same mistake as Marinov and Nepital did, but just dramatizing it a little bit more as a very, very late safety car call in this lap. This means that the drivers are not going to have their optimal tire temps, besides Nepital, who has been driving almost full throttle, and Darwizzi is already going, so it's full green flags now, and he's built a very good gap over Drilla because of Kia, and Wizzy already trying to attack Drilla into turn 1. Is that a net race lead change at this point on? They're still going side by side into turn 2, but Drilla is on the inside and slightly ahead, but Wizzy trying to hang on around the outside. That's going to have the inside, but had to let go of the throttle, so it's Drilla who is back in the lead. But Darwizzi has a very good lead ahead of both of them. Behind, nothing much happened besides Samros losing positions. Kia, has he crashed out? No, he hasn't. I mean, Samros is going to be losing loads of time, and the drives behind are going to be losing loads of time. As the drive, as he's, oh, now he's gone back ahead of McClenny, so there's just loads of lag going on at the moment. The drives behind Darwizzi have gained a second on him, so now he sees this strategy ain't no working. It isn't working at all, so he's gonna have to pray for someone to cause a safety car very quickly, because Drilla's going around the outside of him. Apologies. And already trying to go on the inside of turn 1, and he's gonna have the overtake done even before turn 1, unless Darwizzi is gonna try and stick it around the outside, but he won't, because the next car behind him is already Wizzyboy, his championship leader, trying to go around the outside of turn 2, and he should make the move easy and clean. Although Darwizzi is now trying to go around the outside, but he has to let go of the throttle, so he's abandoned the overtake attempt. He knows that they're on a completely different strategy, and he needs to focus on himself. Right now, very close behind Riz, really trying to overtake him somewhere, but he just cannot do it anywhere on the S's. Darwizzi is already 1 second behind the 2 ahead. He really sees it the hard way that this strategy isn't goddamn working, and he's gonna be overtaken by probably Riz and Marinov into turn 1, probably somewhere around there. Kia getting a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, he's already pitting. Yeah, it's a disaster class for Darwizzi at the moment with his strategy. Marinov is gonna send it into turn 1. No, he's a little bit thought about it, but he didn't send it yet. Deers has been enabled, but it won't be this lap yet. It will be next lap activated, or I mean, it's this lap activated, but it will be used next lap because on this little straight it won't be able to gain because there's only one Deers detection zone, and that's before the final corner. McClenny and Nikolai have gained 2 the drivers ahead of him, which are Riz and Marinov. Samuel's getting a 3-second time penalty as he's dropped down to P10 already. Nepeta trying to go, tried to go for a move on Nano, but he saw way too much risk on doing that move. Nano, is he gonna send it into turn 7, sorry. Actually 6, 7, 8, 6, sorry. Got confused with numbers there. Which corner name is it? Or number, I just say. I mean, Samaros is really holding up Nano and Nepital. Making a mistake in turn 11. There's a very good chance for Nano to make a move, and as well for Nepital, as there's contact between them, more contact between them, and now that's 3 positions down for Sam Ross. Lost 3 positions just like that. It's gonna, yeah, no, he's not going into the pits, I guess. Last second move, and Nepital's gonna be trying to go for a move. Easy overtake. Such a big top speed advantage. As well as Semi-Ridge, I mean, he was getting close and close to him. There are like 3 fights going on at the same time. I'm going with these 2. But nothing much happening. Nano getting a little bit too close to Nepital. But Drilla getting an important 3-second time penalty. This could really hurt him in the race, or in the further on in the race. McClenny and Nikolai, they're definitely not helping each other with their little shenanigans that they're doing on their mediums, because they really need to focus to just overtake these 2 and then go on into their races. As Nikolai's trying to send it on McClenny into turn 12. Nikolai really isn't thinking about this really. And McClenny is going to be staying ahead of Nikolai. Going into turn 13 and 14. It's trying to go around the outside. But it just isn't room or space really. Marinov, he's going to be overtaking Riz into turn, or even way before turn 1. Nikolai's going to be overtaking McClenny into turn 1. McClenny tries for a switchback, but somewhat gets a good run. But then he doesn't have that great run as Nikolai sends on Riz into turn 2. And now into turn 3, they're side by side. Nikolai is on the inside, but the Riz still has the front wing ahead. But Nikolai has aborted that move, or overtaking opportunity attempt move. So he's gonna have to stay for 5th for a little longer and probably lose a little more time now on behind race to Marinov. The gap between Marinov and Wizzy is already 3.3 seconds. So Drillo is gonna get anyways P2 at this point, which Wizzy is gonna be getting 25 points, which is gonna really hurt Darwizzi because he's 14th at the moment. A little far behind the drivers next, although he's like 6 seconds behind Sammy, let's say about 6 seconds. So it isn't that bad. He has 5 lap better tires, so it isn't that bad. Chesney and Nikolai fighting for P4, but Nikolai with those mediums, he should be able to overtake him easily, and he does it easily. And it's zone 2, he's ahead. He's up to P4. In the meantime, Nepital and Clipsy and Nano 3 wide into turn 2. Very good POV from Sammy, who's a little bit behind. Nano around the outside of those 2, and he managed to overtake both of them into turn 2. Although a little bit contact, there goes Nepital. Sorry, my throat always gets a little bit sore on these, and like just dries out completely. Nepital spun around yet again. Virtual safety car being caused. Oh goddamn! Now it's really bad. Yeah, Nepital being spun round by the contact between Nano. I mean, to be fair, Nepital was completely behind him, so yeah. And that is caused a virtual safety car, which I mean, technically Nikolai could have pitted for Hearts, which McClenny is doing. McClenny is pitting for Hearts. So he's gonna have a lot better tires till the end. Marinov gets a drive-through penalty, which really hurts him. Really badly hurts him. I think I saw a couple of them. And as well, Nano got a drive-through penalty, so those are gonna have to serve their drive-through penalties, unfortunately. As well, Nepital spinning in the pit lane is gonna probably... Is he gonna... He's gonna fight it till the end. Okay. I mean, that's a very good mentality to have. Marinov has gained on Drilla and Wizzy, but well, has a drive-through penalty, so he's gonna lose like 15 seconds. That's his race ruined. Same with Nano, which goes in hand of Darwizzi. Very handy for Darwizzi. Ahead of him, he has McClenny, who is going to be faster, probably on those newer Hearts. So you can basically take his DRS or slipstream or just lines and just try and keep up with them as long as possible. Just to gain time on the cars ahead. Now there's gonna be serving his drive-through, so Darwizzi is gonna be already up into 11th. Marinov not pitting for his drive-through yet, but still, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be quite far down. But I don't think he's gonna be behind Darwizzi. Nano already serving his drive-through penalty as Clipsy and Sammy fighting for P8 into turn 1. And contact between them, more contact between them, they go off track. And, well, Clipsy still stays ahead. But kind of just looked like Clipsy didn't want to leave any space, although Sammy went, I mean, to be fair, Sammy wasn't there, like there, to really deserve the room. I don't know, sometimes the rules are a little bit weird nowadays. I sometimes don't get that, or I just don't get them sometimes. Wizzyboy still get close behind Trilla's DRS. Still within its DRS zone. I mean, he's just chilling really behind Drilla. Marinov saving his drive-through now, which is gonna really hurt him. Nikolai up into podium places. From P flipping like 16 or 17 on lap 1. Because disconnection to being P3 on lap 20. Yes, he's gonna have to pit again. But, I mean, as of currently stands, it's looking very nicely for him. McClenny and Clipsy fighting for P8, and McClenny overtakes Clipsy easily. Way before turn 1. And Darwizzi has a spun run by Sammy in turn 1. Probably Darwizzi didn't get damage, but Sammy could have gotten damage from it. And Wizzy has lost time because of it, or Darwizzi has lost time because of it, to Clipsy and McClenny. Clipsy has already lost 1.4 seconds to McClenny. Well, McClenny has 2 lap old Hearts, while the others have like 8 lap older Hearts. So he's gonna have a big advantage until the end of the race. Zero getting somewhat close to OG. Which is, I mean, he's really... Oh, Kaya has spun on the exit of turn 2 like he did on lap 1. But really, Wizzyboy is just trying to really stay behind Drilla. Doing nothing stupid, just staying behind him with his DRS. Not trying to get any more warnings and just staying behind and getting the W home. Wizzy overtaking Clipsy into turn 1. Clipsy is gonna send it. Yes, he's gonna try and send it. And there's contact yet again for Darwizzi in turn 1. Although that was a little bit less severe. And Darwizzi makes the move down on Eclipsey. In the meantime, Cyril has overtaken OG into probably turn 4. Cyril went on the grass on the entry. That gives OG a very good run on Cyril, but he doesn't want to overtake him into turn 6 and 7. Went a little aggressive through the curbs, or through the sausage curbs, let's say. Riz is... I mean, he's somewhat close behind Nikolai. Those meters are probably now dying out a little bit. Nikolai and OG, they pitted from mediums to mediums, if I remember right. Yep, from mediums to mediums. Samaras has... Wait, what? 20 lap mediums. Okay. Okay. Understood, have a great day. As McClenny says that to Marinov, he's going to take him into turn 1. Marinov isn't going to fight that. He knows as well the same that McClenny has got way fresher tires than Marinov. Yellow flags. That's Kaya again. OG has re-overtaken. Cyril has spun on the X of turn 3 the same way like his teammate did, to cause a virtual safety car. But as it looks like it hasn't got any, he doesn't have any front wing damage, and he got away with it with no damage, just a massive amount of time loss. So that buys good space for OG, and not so good time for McClenny, because from all of that fighting, he was gaining a lot more time on OG and Cyril when they were fighting. Now he's gonna gain less because OG isn't fighting anyone, he's just driving around. Kaya again spinning, and he's been lapped twice. He doesn't have a front wing, so he could have caused a safety car there. Darwizzi overtakes Cyril, I think. What happened? The gaps are closed between them, so I think that happened. Kia into the pits. Chesney Riz, 3-second time penalty. Kia is still going on. He's still going on. The fuck? He is now getting lapped by Nepital. Wait. Isn't he like twice lapped? Hold on a minute. To the leader. Hold on. Let him come out of the pits. Well, he's... I mean, come on. He's been lapped by Nepital. And I think he has been... Yeah, he has been lapped twice by the leaders. I think. I'm just going crazy. Riz going into the pits from the hards. Kind of surprising. Maybe his tire management isn't that great, and he sees that, yeah, no way that I'm gonna be making 11 more laps, and he's going for the softs, back to the softs. They're gonna be good at the very beginning, but they're not gonna be good in the later part of the race. Darwizzi is at the end in somewhat of a good position because he's in P7, and with Wizzyboy at the moment still on net P1, 25 minus 6, that's going to be 19, and the gap difference between Wizzyboy and Darwizzi, if I remember right, was 17 points. If I remember right, it was 17 points. Let me just quickly check. Between them it says 17 points, no? Yeah, 17 points, yellow flags in sector 2. That's virtual safety car caused by Nepita. No, that's Cyril spawn and stuck on a curb. Not anymore, but it was stuck on a curb, and that's a virtual safety car. Drilla going into the pits, Wizzy going into the pits, Nikolai going into the pits. No, it's a full one. Sorry, because the thing is retarded, the race control thing. No, it's still saying, let's see. So now everyone is going to be going into the pits. Sam Ross, drive to the panel, spinning on the safety car. 23 lap hole to mediums. God damn, mate. Clipsy as well to drive through penalty. What can I say? Unfortunate. OG going for the medium, the hards. Very interesting. But the gap between Wizzy and Wizzy, let's say Wizzyboy and Darwizzi, is 17 points. And as of right now with the positions, Nicola has left the session as well now. Again, disconnecting. With now these, I mean, even let's take Darwizzi's P7. How the flip did he even lose a position? Oh yeah, because Riz has pitted earlier, like a lap earlier before the safety car. Yeah, I forgot about that. So even if with P8 he's gonna be getting 4 points, Wizzyboy getting probably 25 points. I mean, most definitely is gonna be getting 25 points at this point on. Although the safety car doesn't help him because the gaps are getting now closer, and he now can't really stay behind Drilla that confidently. He's gonna have to really overtake him if he really wants to. He's gonna really have to overtake him if he wants to think more confidently on a win. Yes, Nikolai, that was a very good spot to have a game crash. That's seriously like a very good moment to have a game crash, because now you don't have to that much have a rush of getting back in if you lose so many positions, because you aren't. As of right now, you are still in, or you are at there's still a safety car. Kia getting another 5 second, and retiring, finally being lapped twice by everyone, or 3 times maybe even. God bless Kia. But yeah, Wizzyboy is gonna be taking the constructors. Drivers Championship in the championship. Although with the safety car gonna be going in this lap probably, it's gonna be very interesting what's gonna happen, because Nikolai doesn't have any penalties. Same with Wizzy, doesn't have any penalties. Riz is on softs, but he has a penalty on under his belt. OG on the hards, I don't know why. McClenny 6 is on the softs, but he doesn't have penalties. Nikolai on the softs, Wizzyboy on the mediums. So at the very beginning of the race, or the restart, the tires are gonna be, or the softs are gonna be very good, but later on they're gonna probably die off, and then the mediums are gonna be getting better, as the safety car is in this lap. Drilla is now controlling the pace under these circumstances. Quick cough, and let's roll with Drilla, who is restarting race on the exit of the final corner, and there is the yellow flags clipsing going into the pits to service drive-through penalty. Wizzy, is he gonna send it? No, he isn't. He doesn't have to yet send it. OG getting already overtaken by McClenny into turn 1. Marinov trying to overtake sorry, the other way around. Wizzy trying to overtake Marinov into turn 1 and 2 now. Around outside, and Darwizzi has made the move stick. Although Marinov is gonna now try and go for an outside move into turn 4, but I think he's gonna just let go him through. No, he didn't do it that easily. And Marinov gets a 3-second time penalty now. The same with Sam Ross, still with 10 lap old mediums. I don't know why did he stay out. Marinov is not gonna be now gonna be stuck behind Darwizzi, who's gonna be stuck behind OG, who's on the hard, so it's very not ideal for him to be stuck behind him. As Samra spins in the S's, and that's well, I don't think there's gonna be another safety car in the end, so P13 is probably the best that he can think of, unless there's gonna be a massive pile-up that's gonna take out like flipping 5 cars somehow. Wizzyboy not looking that close to Drilla anymore, because there's no DRS that can really keep off. Wizzy overtaking OG into turn 1, but OG tried to late brake into turn 1 to keep his position, but he didn't make it stick on the exit. Now he's going to be attacked by Marinov into turn 2. On the inside, contact between Marinov and OG. Marinov is going to try a switchback the same. No, he isn't. And he's now going to have to stay behind OG. As of right now, Darwizzi and Wizzyboy and Darwizzi, they'll be, I think, there'll be 10 points, 25 points. Quick maths. Wait, so 7th was 5. No, wait, 8 points. Sorry, for 6 you get to 8 points. Sorry, that'll be, I don't know, but that'll be very close. I can't do the maths now. I don't know why. 24. I can't do the maths now. I'm too busy now doing maths. As Nikolai isn't really gaining on those that much. This has been enabled. He isn't gaining on those that much. Like almost at all. Like it's the same pace that he has on the mediums, or on the softs compared to Wizzyboy. Maybe even slower, because Wizzyboy is gaining on Drilla and Nikolai isn't gaining on Wizzy. He's losing time on him, actually. So I don't know what's going on with the Nikolai going that slow on the softs. I mean, definitely something going on with the pace or something. But at the moment, Drilla would be getting a P3. No, P4. Yeah, P3 because McLenny. Yeah, so a P3 for Drill at least at the moment. But Wizzyboy still in for the win. OG getting a 3-second time penalty. Wizzyboy is gonna have to really. Yeah, he almost did the same mistake like Marinov, Nepital, and Chesney did. OG getting overtaken by Marinov into turn 12, although they're still going side by side into turn 13. Side by side still there. Who's going to be getting the DRS? OG is going to be getting the DRS, so he can re-overtake him into turn 1 if he wants to do it. He's using ERS, the same as Marinov, I think, and he's sending it into turn 1 on the inside. Contact between them on the exit. It should be Marinov getting a better exit, but OG still has the DRS. Now into turn 2, around the outside. OG tries, and is it a good move around the outside? No, he doesn't, because Marinov's just getting absolutely like godlike grip compared to OG. I mean, OG just getting absolutely no grip compared to Marinov just getting an absolutely insane amount of grip on the inside. So Marinov is ahead of OG. 25 minus 8. Or 9, 70. Wait. Fastest lap. Who has the fastest lap? Drilla. If it would end. I know, sorry, Riz has a 3-second time penalty. I forgot. So it still would be. Riz has a 3-second time penalty, so it still would be Wizzy in 5th. So with the penalty of Riz, Darwizzi would be 5th. That would mean that Wizzy would be ahead of Wizzyboy by 2 points. But if somehow McLenny is gonna be able to extend the gap on Riz to 3 seconds, basically making it sure that Darwizzi stays 6th. It's gonna be equal points. Not anymore. Wizzyboy, a penalty for him. Late race penalty for him. Now he's really gonna have to overtake Drilla if he wants to think of a win in here in Hungary. And as well for Drilla, this is an opportunity to get away from Wizzy and from Nikolai to get the W to Maranello. The gap to Nikolai is 2 seconds. If he really wants to get the W, he's gonna have to really think about Wizzy and Nikolai at the same time. We're just basically trying to get away of them as quickly as possible. But at the moment, it looks like Nikolai is looking for a win here in Hungary with an absolute comeback of a drive. Let's be real. Wizzy overtaking McLennan into turn 1 around the outside. Beautiful move by Darwizzi around the outside of turn 1. And he's up to P5. Although he's going to be in net P4 at the end of this race probably. Unless he gets a penalty himself. Nikolai getting out as well through 3 seconds. So it's all or nothing for these two. Nikolai getting a 3-second time penalty as well. These three have a 3-second, or these two as well have a 3-second time penalty. Nepitol retiring in the pits. So it's only between these two now. Only between these two. Drilla versus Wizzy. Wizzy has been behind Drilla the whole race, basically. And now, it's gonna be after these two corners, 3 laps to go until the checkered flag. Who is gonna be the winner? Or could it be someone else, maybe Nikolai, if these two are gonna collide? But Wizzy closing in on Drilla, but he doesn't yet want to overtake him. Was the more of ERA, or no, I'm not gonna reveal them, although it looks like Wizzyboy has more. Martinov overtaking McLennan into turn 1 around the outside, trying to think of. There wasn't space on the outside. He's gonna now think of an inside move into turn 2, and with that, he's gonna be able to make a move around the outside of turn 3. Saliva contact with McLennan, but makes the move stick into turn 4, and that's him up to P6. But McLennan has no penalties. Marinov has a penalty. So Marinov is gonna have to get away from McLennan as far as possible. But it really looks very good for Darwizzi, because a very good compact drive, or semi-compact drive, at the moment, to being, I mean, he could be on a potential podium if he really is gonna manage. If he really can do it. We don't care about the yellow packs at the back, because they're not going to manage to do anything, even if it's Cyril and Eclipsy. Wizzyboy just saving ERS. He's just saving ERS, while Drilla is trying to really manage his ERS to be as optimal on the usage and saving as possible. Penultimate lap of the race. Drilla still leading the race with the fastest lap. I think so. Wait, hold on. Yes, he still has the fastest lap. So, pole position, led most of the race, and a fastest lap. This will be a very good way to end this race, and good to end the Friday or F2 race. But there's still one more opportunity for Darwizzi, or secondly 2 opportunities if he's gonna get a good run into turn 1. Wizzy has a lot of VRS, but Drilla has still quite good amount of VRS to defend with. Both of them taking a wide line. Also Wizzy losing it on the exit for penultimate corner. Massive mistake by Wizzy, falling down under pressure. 9/10 the gap is, trying to be desperate for the win, but it looks like he has bottled it. He has bottled a potential win Yeah, he could have gotten a good run on the exit of the final corner and got him into turn 1 or maybe even turn 2 if he would have gotten a good run on the exit of turn 1. But he's bottled it on the exit of the penultimate corner. And now the final lap, there's really no any more places to overtake, really. There's no places to overtake. Now Wizzy sees that Trilla is out of ERS, or under 10%, but Wizzy is pretty much the same. Wizzy just probably bottled this race, being behind Drilla for most of the race, or pretty much the whole entire race here in Hungary, and dropping it on this one final moment, taking a warning just like that, to trying to get that W, trying to be desperate to the final corner. Sliding on the exit of the final corner, but it doesn't look like it. Drilla from pole position, fastest lap and leading most of the race, defending the attacks from Wizzy, wins in Hungary for Ferrari, for Maranello, and saves Ferrari from being absolute the dog shit here in F2, and Darwizzi getting a P3 by 76 thousandths of a second from Nikolai. This is the complete opposite what Wizzyboy had. He had the perfect opportunity to be ahead of Darwizzi after this race. My voice is going a little bit already. He had the opportunity to be ahead of Darwizzi after this race, or being very close behind him, but the gap only closes by 3 points going to the next round. By only 3 points, but it could have been much more. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. This race definitely wasn't boring, unlike Monaco, although it was pretty much saved by me and Helix going insane. I mean, Wizzyboy absolutely bottled it on the exit of the penultimate corner on the penultimate lap. That 1 point where he could have gotten the win, he dropped it the second time, because the first time had it when he had no penalties, and Drill already had a penalty from like lap 10 or 11 or something. But Drilla getting the W still from pole position, managing the race brilliantly, fending off from Wizzy, or he didn't really have to defend from Wizzy because he was managing the pace. Wizzy wasn't trying to overtake him because of the 3 seconds that Drill had, but then a late penalty for Wizzy meant that he was very desperate to get the win, but just felt too much under pressure, like he said himself in the chat. Felt too much under pressure, and well, that's how it ended. P2 for Wizzyboy, and Darwizzi still P3 somehow. The gap closes between Wizzies by 3 points, only to down to 14 points. Nikolai could have gotten P3, but he didn't have enough pace until the end of the race. Riz P5, Marinov P6, McClenny P7, OG P8, Nano P9, Sammy P10, Eclipse P11, Samaros P12, Cyril P13, Nepital P13, 14 probably, and the rest was probably DNFs from Cyril. From Cyril down onwards, it was DNFs. It was a very fun race, I must say. A very fun race to commentate. I can a little bit feel that my throat is going a little bit, but I think it's a good thing, or not. I wouldn't say a good thing, but it's a good sign that it was a good race. It was a good sign that it was a good race. What do we have next week for F2? Qatar. So it's gonna be night. Probably. I mean, I doubt that it's gonna be. That is not gonna be night. I doubt it's gonna be. I doubt that it's not gonna be night. So yeah, F2 next week is gonna be Qatar. Still for Sunday, I'll be for F1 commentating. Well, I'm confident that I'll be there because like 9 p.m. for me at that point. It's pretty late. I won't be able anywhere. I won't be anywhere. So yeah, and we'll see if anyone is gonna be there with me. Maybe Helix the same like he did last week, or I don't know, KA is gonna get the want, or is gonna come out of his shyness. I'm not blaming him that he's shy. I mean, I'm shy as well, but when he's gonna have to, I guess guts to join me with, then I mean he's welcome in here. I don't mind anyone in being here. I mean, yeah. But yeah, next week Qatar. Oh yeah, drive. Yeah, I forgot to drive today. If I remember, I mean, it's really between Nikolai. Top 3, I would say Nikolai, Darwizzi, and Drilla. Those are my top 3 contenders for a DOTD driver of the day shortcut. I mean, Nikolai did have a very good comeback from P2, being disconnected on lap 1, joining him back in on lap 1, down to P18 or something like that, P17, then gaining all the back positions and finishing, well, could have been P3, but in the end with penalties, getting P4. A very good race, very good comeback. Not the same that Wave couldn't recreate the same, unfortunately. Then Darwizzi from P9 to P4, was it? Or 3? Somewhere around there. Absolutely Alonso type of a start. And Drill, of course, and I mean Darwizzi as well was on a little bit of a back foot with that iffy strategy, staying on the first safety car, staying out on the first safety car, but still managing to finish it off in P3 with the penalties being everything applied on that. So I mean, very good place, and only 3 points lost to Wizzyboy, and the winner, of course, Drilla, pole position, fastest lap, playing most of the race and winning the race. I mean, what can you add more? I mean, to be fair, the only thing that you can add more is leading the every single lap. So, I don't know. It's really hard, to be fair. Those 3, all of them had amazing races in their own way. In their own way, they had amazing races. It's really hard. I mean, to be fair, Nikolai had a chance of win, but the pace wasn't there for him. It's gonna mix it off. I mean, I'd still say Trilla, because as well, Wizzy would have. I mean, Nikolai, he had the sauce, but he just wasn't that quick on them. I thought that he was gonna be behind Wizzyboy's and Drilla's ass at the beginning of the solves, but then he wasn't, which really shocked me. I don't know, because so that I would say then Nikolai out, so that only leaves Drilla and then Darwizzi. Means if Darwizzi had his Trilla, even with his safety cars and that, he still kept it all cool, and even on the final laps he kept it all cool, not falling under pressure like Wizzyboy did. But then Darwizzi making a bad strategy call, but then bouncing it off, finishing probably on track like P5, but then finishing with penalties P3. And damage limitation, only 3 points lost to Wizzyboy. I'd still say Drilla though. I would still say Drilla drives DOTD in my opinion. It's just, I don't know, it's just preference, I guess. As well, I guess it's just a little bit by preference, how you look at the race, like how you determine the race and that. Wizzyboy had a very good, or Darwizzi had a very good race as well, but I don't know, Drilla in my opinion just had a better one, just dominating the race. Or not really dominating, because Wizzyboy was right behind him, but anyways, leading most of the race and not falling under pressure, too much under pressure and making a mistake under pressure like Wizzyboy did. So yeah, Drilla drive today for me. Like I said, for a third, like I'm gonna say for a third time, next week is Qatar, so probably a night race for F1. I'll be on both F1 and F2 night race in Qatar, but F1 still have the Hungarian Grand Prix to do, so see you on a Sunday, or unless you are Helix, then on a Monday. Then I don't have anything else to say, so ciao and see you on Sunday.